Assemblies of God, we practice what we call congregational system of government. I know sometimes, I'm sorry, sometimes some of our pastors don't want you to know your authority. So we keep you out of the picture. But we practice what we call congregational system of government. In other words, the congregation have a say in the running of the church, but not absolute say. So, because our church, we are a hybrid of American and African system of leadership. Sometimes some of the laity go overboard. So you go to a church where the deacons also think that they own the church. They employ the pastor. No. I know regional superintendent will address that. It's a shared leadership administration. So where in our system, the pastor is the spiritual head of the church. The pastor is accountable to God and accountable to the headquarters and the region, but assisted. Yes, sometimes the pastors will go off, but we have a structure. Sometimes don't wait until things get out of hand completely. There are many ways which RS will allude to that. And we are going to, this time, we are going to come up with a manual for deacons and to help you know your roles and how you can help intervene. Because sometimes, for example, I've taken one of our pastors to court last week. A very difficult decision. He's misbehaving. And he has confused the deacons and manipulated them. And even though, and sometimes the deacons follow the pastor blindly until they get to know the truth. Please, pastors are also human beings. Thank God for the district and the region. If there are things you don't understand, you have the right to check. But of course, you also don't do it in a way that makes the pastor feel that you are undermining him. Is that okay? So help us keep the church. Why am I taking the pastor to court? And sometimes it's funny how some people, I don't know how they think. This church is almost 40 years, belongs to Assemblies of God. The pastor is due for retirement. He said, I should give him 3 years. I said, no, the church is going down. Our retirement age is 65. He came, then I gave him 1 year. He will not even allow the district pastor to come and engage the church in planning his retirement service. Then we fixed the date. The date came, the deacon said, we are sorry. We don't know, we are not ready. I said, okay, pastor, then step aside. We are posting a new pastor to the church to come and plan your retirement. I said, no. Still running the church, I wrote a second letter to caution him. Be careful. Stop that. He won't listen. He will not allow the regional superintendent to come and even address the church. He has polluted the deacon's mind, insulted all of us. I sent the general treasurer there. He will not allow him to even address the church. What do I do at this point? And I swore an oath. This church does not belong to Stephen Wengam. Even though I led this church, we started the church 15 years ago. The first property we bought, my money was inside. I remember when we were buying the old side, my father is 45 years, and I said the benefit, we didn't have money. I pumped. It doesn't make me my property. We sign agreement with the deacons. If it's loan, they pay you back. The church, this church belongs to Assemblies of God, Ghana. When my time is up, I will leave. It doesn't matter how my investment into this building. You don't allow one person, and I get shocked when deacons and members will sit down and one person hijack the entire church. So this kind of pastor, I'm sure he has a mental problem. So our lawyers, I said, don't use, he wanted force so that I said, treasure, if not, walk away. And majority of the members are on our side. He doesn't even know. We've served him a writ. He should come and meet me in court. Even though Paul said that, you see, we don't go to court when people are spiritual. But this man has backslided. He wrote a letter to insult me. If I show the letter, insult Paul. He and his children insulted me. So my people wrote a rebuttal. No, I said, don't write a rebuttal. I said, no. I said, Jesus Christ was insulted.